Hey, what's up, everybody? Prospector here with Watcher of Realms. Welcome to the channel. Today, I am joined with Shady, and we're going to be going over the best tank and the best damage, the best budget tank, and the best utility support defenders in the game. A few shoutouts will be mentioned as well. But anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. All right, so first things first. Hi, Shady. Welcome to the channel, man. I'm gonna pull up your YouTube here. You guys need to, you guys need to go and subscribe to Shady. He's been breaking some numbers in a lot of content. AoE. You see he's doing Abyss runs. I saw a couple of your Matrix videos, and I want to say you really couldn't come around. A lot of these videos are doing really well. Is there anything else you'd like to call out about some of these videos here that are popped up right now?
So basically, I just tackle endgame content and try to provide different strategies for every piece of content in the game. Mainly my videos are focused on Matrix, Arena, Gear Dungeon. I used to do a lot of Abyss content, but I've kind of tackled all of that. So I just try to help people in any way possible. Yeah,
there's definitely there's a lot of endgame stuff there right now. I'm kind of in that same boat right now, doing a lot of endgame content. People really seem to be enjoying those videos. So good things to go after. Guys, make sure you go and like, sub, and leave some comments on some of his videos. Help this guy out. We're looking for at least what, a good 500 subs. That'd be nice, right? 500 of you guys go over there and subscribe to Shady. That'd be a crazy goal. Popped it up to 3.5 at least. All right, so let's get into the tier list here.
Crazy.
It would be crazy. But maybe they'll prove us wrong, man, just for bringing it up, you know? All right, so I'll go first, and then he's gonna go after me on each category. We're gonna go over the same category for the best tank, best damage, best budget tank, and then best utility and support. If we agree on them, you know, we'll talk a little bit more. If we don't agree on them, obviously we can debate a little bit back and forth. All right, so me going first here, the best tank, I am going to go for this grayed out guy here that I don't have, unfortunately, and that's going to be Codgrim, or however you say it, Codgrim. How about you, Shady?
Yeah, I have Codgrim, bro. There's no other option, bro. He's the best tank in the game.
This guy is busted. He's coming in with a bunch of damage reduction all over the place, unyielding. He's doing big shields. He has that ice armor, which is basically your unyielding, and then icy veins mode. He gets really big. It's kind of cool when you see him on the map. I know that. I don't know. Did anybody use this guy on Abyss 1 yet?
No. I haven't seen anybody use him in Abyss, but it's pretty cool with that defense reduction. I mean, you could possibly get something out there.
Yeah, and I mean, he's putting damage reduction out as well, right? He's doing a lot of cool stuff. And in Arena, I want to say is a big shout out for Codgrim. He's been definitely part of the meta in Arena, and those new Valorant teams are really taking over and just kicking the crap out of every Watcher team out there right now. Awakenings. That was where the defense reduction is for the minus 20%. Is there any point in what your opinion going any higher than that for the A3 or the A5s?
For a GVG focused player, his Awaken 3 is big time because he enters Icy Veins after casting the ultimate twice, and basically doubles the damage reduction gained right from the Glacial Bulwark, and his max HP and shield strength increases. So it's very good against those grotesque attacks in GVG, and it's very, very hard to kill him if you pair him up with Ireless in that high-end GVG.
Yeah, I definitely...
He's a big boy.
Yeah, I've definitely experienced the going up against Codgrim. Sometimes I see him and I just want to, but at the same time, I just want to kind of run the other direction and not deal with that as far as trying to attack in GVG. Always a nightmare. You can try to overrun him. You can try to take out the enemies around him first and give your grotesque some time to take him out, but it will take some time. We're going through how many different phases? We're looking at like 3-4 different phases of basically having to kill him over and over and over again. Especially if Ireless is on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's insane. An insane tank. I'm not surprised that we picked the same one for the best tank. Any runner-ups that you can think of?
In terms of top tank to compete with him, I would say Brokir is arguably a second best just because his viability in high-end GVG and his shields and ability to survive those like fatal hits. And then I will give another shout out to Cyrus. I like Cyrus's design, and he's a lord. He's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, Cyrus I've tested him a couple times, and he was the only one surviving longer against Brokir. I put him down in AMR 18 with a healer and just let him go as long as they possibly could while the boss got his stacks. And Cyrus was the only one that could outlast that, but it has a lot to do with him summoning skeletons, right? They basically take a bunch of the damage coming in. I think it's the Lord of the Undead passive right here. Brokir, on the other hand, useful everywhere. This guy is just awesome. These big shields, the freezes, the physical and magic damage reduction to himself and the allies in his range right around him. It's all very cool. Alright, so you're up for the next category that's going to be best damage dealing defender.
Alright, so I think we're going to have the same guy here, and it's my man Erlang Sheng. Very, very good DPS, especially in anti-air arena. He is in the meta teams at the moment. He's decent for Matrix if you need a extra DPS, if you're running Piercers on the Spellbane form, and you can run him in Gear Rate 3 as a DPS and as a tank. He's very good, and you can also use him in Abyss to be a tank and also put in that physical and magic vulnerability on the boss.
Right, coming in from that Heaven's Gaze there, I think it comes out and maxes out at a 20%. Gear Rate 3, I just beat that personally, and obviously I don't think I would have got it done without Erlang Shen being right at the bottom front center there, just pointing up at the boss and putting that vulnerability up there. By the time I got it beat, the boss was just starting to move forward. I mean, it was really tight for me. Yeah, it was really tight. It's a Heaven's Gaze, and he has these this defense reduction as well from the Celestial Dogs when they come and hit. Nice solid 30%. Obviously, arena cost reduced as well. On the Awakenings, I think it was the A1 is a good shout out for the Rage or Regen. Other than that, I don't think we would go too far into stoning this guy for the A5 getting into Unyielding. And I want to shout out my boy Reeve. I actually did choose Erlang Shen, but at the same time I was really debating whether or not Captain Reeve deserved that spot because of all the time I remember putting him down on the Conqueror boss. He's in good for the Hellfire Emperor. I mean, obviously that's just like tanking slows, but he also has control in there as well. Very weird unit nowadays, but at the same time, he does do a lot of damage, and I would suggest just stick him in a Sylvanas set and seeing what happens. He does really, really well. But I guess I'm up on the next one. It's going to be the best budget tank. And you know what? Before we even get into it, just go ahead down in the comment section right now and put in there what you think I'm going to say. There's a lot of good budget options here. All right, we're going in Oleg. We're definitely going into Oleg. I like Oleg a lot, right? He's just one of those heroes that, I mean, you get him for free. I think it's as a Void Rift kind of token gift, whatever. Physical damage reduction that he has on himself. But we also have the Silver Shield, which is what it's all about right here. The Silver Shield. And every 11 seconds putting himself on a 50, 65, 75, 85% of his max HP shield on him. Yeah, you can just basically put this guy down without a healer anywhere in a lot of the, I want to say, mid-game kind of content. So you're looking at campaign, stuff like that, whatever. And he doesn't need any support to just sit there and tank. Anything else you could say about Oleg?
Oleg used to be in that meta arena with Valdron and single target before Kagrim. You were able to use him as a tank. So for an early game player, mid game, you can still run him in arena. He's great for gear dungeon. Very good shields and survivability. Oleg was a beast.
Yep. I remember always arguing of
Sick.
whether or not, because you'd have to put a healer with Brokir, and then when it comes to Oleg, you could put him down somewhere on the map and you wouldn't need to heal him, so it would save you a slot on your roster. So I'd always argue with people that I thought Oleg was a better tank than Brokir. But the unyielding now in the later game and like a bunch of content that's come out now where you need your tank to be able to zero out and come back to life has definitely changed things quite a bit from when Oleg was, you know, King Tut running around, just everybody's go-to defender. All right, so we covered the best budget tank. Do you have another in mind? Because I'm assuming you picked Oleg as well.
I would say between Isolde or Baron. Isolde is cool because she is an epic Northerner Lord. She does give everybody very good shields, and she can also apply physical damage reduction, magic damage reduction to allies in range. She's great for clearing gear raid 2 if you're missing King Hearts and those Northern legendary lords. She's very cool. She's very good, and also an Immortal Codex too. She's used a lot there.
Yeah, in the Hellfire Emperor there. Yeah, people use her a ton in that.
Yeah,
I remember she was part of my team when I first got Triple S. That block increase +1. I think you come out to like what 5 block with her, and then she's putting out that damage reduction as well, and it does it to the allies surrounding her. So it was also good for things like Gear Raid 2, and yeah, she's a pretty cool hero. I wouldn't, if I were to put it to like a top epic lord kind of category, I would say she's in like the top 3 for like, you know, the most kind of just works kind of things, you know. There is a lot of good epics out there, but yeah, I would say the only ones that kind of pop out in front of me is going to be somebody like Alicia, which Alicia, she's going to be way more essential, but still, she's up there, right? All right, so yeah, and Baron's another good shout out as well. Nice big shield. I always find like his health bar drops really darn quick though, but the unyielding is nice.
Yeah, actually,
the unyielding is nice.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah. He's always seems like no matter what you do, like the little bugger, just his health bar just goes shoof. Anyway, best utility.
What, bro? He's annoying. He's annoying in Malrix. In Malrix,
oh,
when
Malrix?
He's the boss in that Malrix.
Yeah, he's a pain. Yeah, he's an absolute nightmare. Which I mean, this is faction, so it makes sense. Like the guy just doesn't want to go down. You don't take him down when that shield drops, boy. I tell ya. All right, best utility and support, and I believe this is your turn. You're the first up on this one.
I'm gonna have to go with Draylin here. She's just so broken. She has a nice A1, where it gives good inspiration to allies. She doesn't need the other awakenings to be viable. You can still use her at A0. She is in one of the meta compositions for AoE Arena. She is able to substitute a healer in Abyss content. You can use her in Matrix and Gear Dungeon 1. She's very good, and she has great healing as well. So, and she has great factions. She's a Northerner and Watchers as well.
Yeah, and that Watcher faction is really strong. Yeah, I picked the same one, obviously. I don't think there's any, we're talking about support and, you know, anything with ally support or ally buffs. I can't think of very many heroes that just kind of come in her range, right? There's very few out there. We're also looking at that AoE damage reduction, especially when you get that A1, you have the range increase. That AoE damage reduction basically just eliminates Fercy or Narissa, whoever's on your team. And when that ultimate goes off, those heroes just don't really seem like they take any kind of damage. It just seems like they're good to go for any kind of damage the game can throw at them at this point. I'm trying to think of anything. Oh, final damage reduction on allies as well. That's also yeah. Aftercast, that's what it is. That's the final damage reduction. Any other shoutouts? High utility defenders that you can think of, JD?
You could say Constance. Constance used to be the #1 inspiration unit before Diao Chen got brought up. She's still usable in Gear Dungeon 1 if you're running Ares up top or Valkyria. You can use them to clear the top in that content, but she's cool. She's Arbiter Watchers, maybe needs a buff, so she can be used again, but with Draylin and Diao Chan, she kind of lost her place.
Yeah, she was a part of a lot of teams. Apocalypse 2, Apocalypse 1, which was, I mean, when she kind of came out, that was our big challenge, right? Right around that time, is trying to beat those. Like, we're still struggling trying to get that 120k. But even in Nightmare 4, if you're early mid and you're trying to get that, you know, 50k out, you could put her down there. You just use more fighters if that's all you have. Really good option. Yeah, definitely worth talking about. Arena cost is reduced, but she kind of is, like you said, she's fallen off quite a bit. Not only Constance and Diao Chen, but there's Beelzebub. There's so many other inspiration units in there right now. Any other shoutouts for good tanks that kind of stick out here? Let's talk about Titus, huh? No, bring him up. No, but
Titus.
Seriously, yeah, Titus, he's terrible. But seriously, Rox is really good. He's another one that's kind of like Oleg without the shields. We have heroes like Muriel. They're pretty good earlier on. Livian's amazing. These guys are all worth investing in the early game. And like we did mention Baron. And even when you're early on, like Rex actually does a really good job defending. I'm not going to lie. But Shady, I think we've completed our list. One huge shout out, and I think you'll agree, is that we have to call out King Hars, because he seems like he would be the king of defenders, right? I mean, the big freezes, he's kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like a mixture between Brokir and a Solde, jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing. Like he's doing a good amount of things, but in Gear Raid 2, 24, he's super essential. I don't usually have too many problems with him. I used him in Gear Raid or Gear Dungeon 1 or Gear Dungeon 1 bottom side quite a few times. Just having a tank, it's nice to have him there. He takes a lowered spot. He's a decent tank, and he's also offering big shields to his faction. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you go and check out Shady. 500 subs. 500 subs we want over on his channel. Just go over to the channel. I'll put it down the link in the description down below. Go over there and click subscribe if you want to see some of the end game content, because he is pushing those numbers really nicely. Anything you'd like to say before we go, Shady?
I appreciate you, my man, for having me on the channel. This was fun. I like videos like this. You know, we get to showcase some of the defenders in the game in this one, and we got some honorable mentions in there. So I love the video, man. Appreciate you.
Yep. Thanks for coming on, man. I'm always like having you guys come on. But anyways, guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I've been the Prospector, and until next time, keep digging.